Alisa is the CEO of Immersive Fox, and this session is a fast-paced demo showing what's possible when AI is used effectively. She will show off the power of Immersive Fox, and it's a great example of how AI can speed up production without sacrificing impact. Alisa, over to you.
Sure, thank you so much. So I think that actually I have a question about the audience preference. If it's preferable that first I start with the presentation and then I give you guys the overview of the platform. Well, let me first then give you the platform overview and what are we doing, and then after that I will give you a presentation itself. So what we built at Immersive Fox is we built AI partner for human mastery. What it means is we turn any document and any training materials that you have into a complete training course, and we do it very fast and efficiently, and we do it in minutes. So the reason why we built it is because we believe that nowadays the training could be done more efficiently than you're recording the video content or you're producing the courses manually. And actually using AI and using the power of AI for good, we can produce the learning courses faster. So the problems that we're trying to solve is the following. At the moment, we are entering the global retraining crisis. So AI displaces millions of roles over this decade, and retraining is coming, but unfortunately, there is no tools that can do it fast. Second of all, one training course, if you're producing it old school way, it takes weeks to produce and dozens of thousands to produce it, yet it needs to be updated quite regularly. This is quite expensive and time-consuming process, and we simplify it. So our course production takes minutes to create the content itself and hours to produce the final videos. So also companies are nowadays operating in globally, so across 5 to 20 languages, but majority of the training content exists only in 1 or 2 languages. And finally, we are talking about that when we're talking about high-stake workforce, training, cannot wait. It needs to be produced very quickly and efficiently, and that's something that we can help with. So that's in a nutshell how the platform works. And we are proven at scale. So I want to give the example of some of our customers, University of Helsinki, as I think that for the current audience, it will be the most useful. So we created for them learning content using artificial intelligence. And at the moment, the fully AI courses are deployed across 3 languages, Swedish, English, and Finnish. And so the students, they're one of the first groups in the world that where students are fully educated using AI on different subjects. So we are used by more than 30,000 customers at the moment, the users, and we have quite a high score on the G2, etc. More in-depth case studies are available at the request if you need them. So we are at the enterprise ready. So we are deployed at the moment across 3 governments, such as UK, Brazil, and Finland, and we operate across 3 continents. We have more than 50 languages, and with all natural AI actors. Google funded us, so we have Google Cloud and proprietary AI models that we trained internally, and cloud-hosted solution that is suitable for your region. So for the United States, we're actually hosting it in California. And also we are allowing different kinds of deployment. It could be cloud hosted, it could be on-premise deployment, and data would stay within your jurisdiction. We would also include, we would be integrated together with your current existing learning management system. So it could be Workday, it could be SAP, it could be Moodle, and we are FERPA certified, ISO 27001 compliant, and GDPR compliant. So yeah, so without further ado, I just want to say that if you're interested, let us prove what we can do. Give us one document in any language, and we will be able to produce for you the full course in hours. So right now, I will also demonstrate to you how the platform works quite briefly. So overall, we operate in two different scenarios. One is when a person can already provided to us content, and then we need to generate the course from them. And another one is when a person just types in an idea and we create the course content for them. So if the person is provided to us the content, we can actually allow users to just upload files or provide us with a link to the course content, and we will be able to just download it ourselves. But for the sake of experiment, I will just use some of my existing content to create the course live. So here, then I would be able to specify a role for which the course is created. For example, I want the course to be for sales. I can also specify the target audience, age. Let's see. And then I can also specify the number of lessons. I could select them manually, or a number of quizzes. I could select them manually. I could also provide customization, such as select AI actor or select the existing AI actor, and then generate the course. And pretty much the course will be available in under 10 minutes. I will demonstrate to you how the existing courses look like. So this is one of the examples of the courses that we made. So the course could go into a lot of details and can go as deep as the person is requiring us to go. And what is also interesting is that all of this that you're seeing at the moment, we generated using artificial intelligence. So it's not humanly produced, it's produced entirely by artificial intelligence. And this is my AI replica that is delivering the course content. At any moment, the learner can stop and they can actually ask questions AI. So for example, explain how and if AI doesn't know, it will tell you that it doesn't know and it's not in the course content. The course material mentioned pricing is negotiated with established brands and dealerships. The interesting part, so yeah, it provides the answer because I was asking something that it has knowledge in. The interesting part is that this AI chatbot is specific for the organization. So meaning that it's really uniquely built for each organization, and it holds proprietary knowledge of this specific organization. And so the course already has quizzes built here, and also it allows me to just upload the course content. So for example, you can just upload the answer in the form of PDF, image, video, etc. We would analyze all of this, read all of this, and then allow you or the learner to pass or not pass the training. And there is also an interesting part about the learning paths itself. So the course content could be actually combined together within one single learning path. So for example, here, I would just take these 3 courses, right? And I could just merge it into one course, or I could create a learning path. Learning path, and then learning path would be the set of courses, and it would be automatically adapted for whatever the learner is missing or they understand it, and it would be automatically adapted per their level of proficiency. So here I would say like ethics mastery, for example, right? And then boom, the learning path is at the moment created. Okay, so here ethics mastery, we just created the learning path. The learning path is the set of courses that we generated, that we can generate, right? So it's course overview, it's individual lessons, and each individual lesson, by the way, can be modified if I need to. It can be modified in a, in a difficult way, meaning that we can just like adjust the colors here and adjust the content here, or it can be modified in a lazy way, such as talking to the course assistant. So here, to the course assistant, you can ask how to update the course content, and it would allow you to provide it would provide you with instructions. You can update course content this way: so update course files, update course prompt. You can also update course prompt. Okay, so I want to update course prompt. And then it would guide you through step-by-step process. So update course prompt. Okay, tell me the prompt should be. Here in the translation, we can also select different kinds of languages. So each course could be at any moment translated to other language. So for example, I want it to be translated to French, and I can here or even provide some instructions such as, for example, dialect that I want the course to be translated to, or accent. And I want to say the Canadian French, and then I would apply. And okay, so we instantiate this course translation at the moment. So after the learning path is completed, the learner would get the certification automatically. And also, again, as I'm saying, that we are measuring at any moment the level of proficiency in 3 ways. We are measuring the level of proficiency using the AI chatbot, using so pretty much which questions they are asking right here. We are measuring the level of proficiencies through quizzes, and we are also measuring how do they watch the videos, whether they are watching it in full or in parts, or how does it work. Videos can also have subtitles, by the way. So this video, for example, does have subtitles in it enabled, which is quite handy. Yeah, so that's in a nutshell how the professor profile looks like. Also, professors at the end of each courses, they are getting very detailed and in-depth analytics. They get analytics on each individual videos, but they can also get analytics on the courses themselves. What is the average completion rate? What is the average comprehension rate? How many chatbot questions were asked by students? How many total learners do they have? How many total courses do we have? And then the breakdown per each individual course, and the more in-depth data on the completion and progress and whatnot. And we can also have the analytics on each individual learner, on the completed course rate, average score, average quiz score, chat questions, time spent, etc., and also on their comprehension skills. One thing that I want to mention is that comprehension is actually quite an important metric that we measure. It's uniquely built based on the level of understanding of our courses, and we are measuring it based on the human behavior on the platform, as I mentioned, and also based on the sort of questions that they are asking AI, if that makes sense. So this was an overview of a student portal, and I also want to give an overview of, professor portal, and I want to give also an overview of how the student portal looks like. But by some reason I have difficulties in screen sharing this. Okay, so we have actually 10 minutes left. Maybe then we can have some time for the questions, because while I'm loading the student portal, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, if you're having a little trouble, we can switch to Q&A. That's totally fine.
Yeah, sure.
If anyone in the audience has a question, go ahead and put it in the chat and I'll bring it up on the stage. While we wait for those questions to come in, I would like to ask you, Alisa, could you share with us something that you're particularly excited about when it comes to what's coming up next in AI and the development of your product?
Yes, for sure. I think that the most interesting part is actually adaptive learning, and this is the biggest trend that we have seen. Because at the moment, what's happening is that, of course, we are showing to the people, the certifications. We're giving them badges. We are certifying them, etc. So we are bringing the element of the gamification to the platform, but this is not the most crucial bit. The most crucial bit is not to show people the information that they don't need to see and they don't need to know. And I think that adaptive learning is specifically doing that. So the way it works is that we are analyzing what people are answering on the platform and then feeding it back to AI so that AI suggests the next modules to be watched for the learners. And that's actually proven to be quite effective, and it increases the completion rate.
Awesome. Okay, we do have a question from the audience. Jessica says, can the courses be exported to other LMSs such as D2L Brightspace?
Yes, it can be. So let me first then do the demonstration here, and then I also, so first of all, we are supporting SCORM packages, right? So we are supporting, just a second, let me share the screen. So each individual course, so here we started with your generation of courses, and by the way, we already generated the course. You remember during the session we actually built the course, and the course is already available for us, so we could actually see it. But which I think is quite interesting that AI already identified which kind of correct questions to ask and or how the answer looks like. But I wanted to answer Jessica's question. So here, first of all, the ready-made course could be shared as a SCORM package, right? But we could be also integrated directly within your CRM system. This way, advanced analytics gathering would work, and also this AI chatbot with which learners can interact at any moment would work as well.
All right. Was there anything else you wanted to do a quick demo of? We have about 5 minutes left.
Yes, I do. But the problem is that I have problems sharing with my another monitor with open student portal. But student portal, in a nutshell, would look like any LMS system that you're using. At the moment, we have our own built-in LMS system, or we can also give you the access to our own LMS. Give you the access to our own LMS system or integrate it with any LMS system that you have. I want actually one thing, if we have time and the audience doesn't have any other questions, I want to show you how AI replication works. So here, if you want to digitize your AI presenter, you could do a few things. You could actually generate AI actor using just like one photo. We give you the instructions on how to do this, but the best way to do this Yeah, and by the way, also AI actor creation from just general description also works. But what we can also do is you can upload to us a video recording of yourself. So here you would provide your name. You would provide whether you would like to be having the background or remove the background, and then you would enable your camera, and you need to just speak to the camera for around 1 minute. And the AI would do the following. So first of all, it would prompt you to show which kind of gestures it needs to do, because we recognize different kinds of gestures on the platform. And second of all, it would allow you to talk, and it automatically records if you're doing something wrong. So, for example, here you see I went out from the screen, from the frame, so it automatically detected that. And and when the final course is generated, then your AI actor would be used on this course. And what is quite cool is that AI actors, they are not just like static people, right? But they also use gestures and emotions as well. So they could actually speak with quite a bit of emotion, and AI automatically puts emotions into the speech depending on what is it we're talking here about. So here, for example, hand wave is already used automatically as a gesture. I could actually delete it and use some kind of different gesture, such as pointing up, pointing right, thumbs up, and hand wave. On this avatar, I only recorded hand wave, so that's why we have that. But yeah, the emotions could be quite different. So it could be, so here, for example, let me select the tone. Here I would say sad. Okay, and I would be using sad tone. Here I would be using tone that is motivating, and it would be more easy to understand that as motivating. Serious, yes, and it will work too.
That's amazing. I'm really impressed with this tool, Alisa. I have two more questions for you, both from Jessica. One is there a limit of the file size we can upload for creating the course?
No, and actually, so for the course creation, you can upload the videos, PDFs, documents, SCORM packages, if you want to rework that. So we support almost any type of input content that you have.
Okay. And then the last question is there a credit limit for AI revisions or for number of courses per month?
No, so normally when we work only with businesses, we do not set up the account based on the amount of minutes, but we are given the limited amount of minutes that you can use in order to create the content, because what we want to do is make sure that you're creating the course that has a high quality. So that's what's important for us. And actually, the difficult bit behind this technology is making sure that your AI knowledge stays within your organization, if that makes sense. So setting this up is more difficult than using it.
Gotcha. Well, thank you so much for your awesome demo and for all the information you've shared today. We really appreciate you coming and sharing all your expertise at our conference.